Welcome to worship, friends. It is so good to be with you today. For those of you that are new to children's worship, when you come into the worship space together, we love to greet each other. And so I will say, the Lord be with you, and you will say, and also with you. Let's try that together. The Lord be with you, and also with you. Friends, to get our bodies ready to worship, let's sing Be Still and Know That I Am God. And that can help ourselves calm and be ready to hear what God has to say to us today. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. I want you to think of some of the very biggest gifts that you have ever received. I'm guessing the things you're thinking of are really big, but I want you to think about something even bigger. Some things are so big that we forget they're there. Some things are so big that we don't see them, even though they are all around us. To think about those gifts, let's go back to the very beginning, or before the beginning. In the beginning, there was nothing except God, and perhaps a smile. On the first day, God gave us the gift of light. Not just the light in this room or the light that comes on and when you turn on a light, not just the light from the sun, the moon, and the stars, but all light. God gave us the things that make up the light. And when God looked at the light, he said, "It is good." On the second day, God gave us the gift of water. Not just the water in your cup or the water that is in your bathtub when you take a bath or the water that comes from the sky. All water. God even gave us the things that are present in water to make it water. And when God looked at the water, he said, "It is good." On the third day, God gave us the gift of the dry land and the green growing things. And when God saw the dry land and the green growing things, he said, "They are good." On the fourth day, God gave us the gift of the great lights. God gave us the great light to rule the day, and God gave us the great light to rule the night. And when God saw the great lights, he said, "They are good." On the fifth day, God gave us the gift of fish that swim in the ocean and birds that fly in the air. And when God looked at the fish in the ocean and the birds in the air, God said, "They are good." On the sixth day, God gave us the gift of all the creatures that walk on the earth. The animals and people. And when God saw the animals and the people, he said, "They are good." And God looked at all the things that he had made, and he said, "It is very good." On the seventh day, God gave us a day to rest and remember all the gifts of all the days. On this day, we find a special place to remember all God's gifts. I wonder if you have a special place that you would go to celebrate and remember all the days and the gifts of God's creation. Friends, I think this is such a wonderful story to remind us that God's creation is all around us, and it really is a gift. I wonder if some of you maybe could spend some time today either making a picture of your favorite day of creation, or maybe you'd like to try and make each of the days your own way, showing each of the days of creation. You can listen to this story again using God's Word, because this story comes from God's Word. And then your adult can help you remember what the order is to make your special days if you choose to do that. Watch how I pick up this story, so if you later get a chance to work with this one, you will know exactly how to do it. Remember the little tip that we always start with the very last thing that we put down. Let's listen to God's Word and hear what he has to say to us today. When we are in children's worship together, we light the Christ candle because it helps us remember that Jesus is the light. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Friends, I am going to change the light. And remember, the light goes out in you and in me through God's Spirit. Friends, I pray that you will have God's blessing today and that you will go in